All right, YouTube, so it's been a long time since I put a video up. Partially just because I've been working like crazy, and then the price of components, primers, powder. Seems like every time I try to find powder, it's non-existent. Primers, I had a pretty decent stockpile, but the only thing I was pretty much lacking was like large rifles, and I waited too long to try to find some. But anyways, picked up a few new guns, like, I don't know, over the course of the last year, 2 years. And one of them's this 257 Weatherby. I literally just got this back in, I think, December. There's a local gun shop near the town I live in. It's big. Like, they're probably the biggest gun shop around. And they had this gun used, and it originally had a 4-14 Nikon on it, and it had a different stock on it. And the stock looked like somebody rubbed some kind of cleaner on it and melted the stock. So I actually found the same stock that I needed for my guy on a internet site that does gun sales and stuff. And he sold me this stock for like 30 bucks, and it was brand new it was a brand new gun takeoff off an older gun. This is an older Weatherby Vanguard Series 1 and a 257 Weatherby. I always wanted a 257 Weatherby, but the only thing I don't like about this gun is it only has a 24-inch barrel, so it's going to be hard to get like the real top velocities, but I should be able to see some pretty high ones. And then lately I've been on a Burris kick. I bought two of these same Burris full field E1 4-14 by 42. They have like the long range MOA in them. Got a bunch of hash marks, and the reticle kind of like must be etched and it floats in there. But anyways, the reason why I'm doing this video today is because this 257 Weatherby has been atrocious to try to find ammo, brass, you name it, 25 caliber bullets. And I was able to pick up some 25 cal bullets here and there, mostly 100 grain TTSXs, 100 grain nozzlers, but the brass is ridiculous to find. If you do find it, it's anywhere from $3 to $5 a piece for a piece of brass, and I'm not paying that. So you can buy the cheap Weatherby ammo for about 60 to 70 bucks a box. If you're lucky, you can find it for 50, 55. The last night on some forums, I found a thing where you can convert 7mm mag brass into 257 Weatherby. That's what this is right here. I'm using an RCBS full-length sizing die, and it actually put the rounded shoulder in pretty nice that the Weatherbys are known for, and so far it seems to be okay. Now this is Sierra brass, and I loaded some Remingtons too. Now this is a 85 grain nozzler ballistic tip with a really light charge of H4831 shortcut. It's actually way below minimum. It's probably more like a charge for like the 115s or something like that. It's a light charge. But I'm going to try to use it just to fire form this brass. Now I don't have an actual piece to show you, but the neck is substantially shorter, probably a couple hundred shorter than it should be. But so far it seems like everything's okay. And the only thing that I was worried about was the size of the neck, because I don't have a turner to turn these necks down. And I just tried to chamber this one before I turned the video on, and it worked. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shoot 5 shells, and we're going to see how this works. Hopefully it works good. I don't blow my face off, because then I'll have a pretty unlimited supply of brass, because I have a couple hundred pieces of 7mm mag brass that I picked up off the ground. Now, right off the bat, the bolt was a little bit stiff to turn, but it chambered fine and everything else. So another reason why I haven't been making too many videos, because I bought an iPhone, and I should have never bought an iPhone. I don't like to edit my videos. I just kind of like to pause them as I go. And with this thing, you can't hit a pause button. So I'm actually going to shoot a group. We'll see how it does. I'll shoot these 5 shells. We'll check out the brass, see what it looks like, and we'll walk down, look at the group, and then that'll probably be about the end of the video. I don't want to have a bunch of stuff of me walking back and forth. But I'm shooting off sandbags, so I don't get yelled at by everybody on YouTube for shooting off bipods. But Let's see how it goes here. Another thing is the trigger in this gun is terrible. I'm going to replace it and put a Timney or something in here. I got it down as light as it'll go, but it's still pretty heavy. Let's see what it looks like. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me check out this other piece. Alright, so it actually lengthened the neck out maybe 1 or 2 hundredths. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let's see. It's just a wee little bit longer, but you can see the nice radius shoulder. It actually worked really well. You can see on this one where it has this lip right here. I don't know if you could see it right there. From whenever, that must have been the end of the shoulder for the 7mm mag brass, but looks pretty good. Let's shoot another one. Stiff, but the necks might not have to be turned down. That one was about 2 inches high. Shooting bad. Man, this looks good. Looks real good. Just maybe figure this would help out some people if they can't find brass like me. I'll see, that one's tight. Let's see what's going on here. This is another piece of Sierra, but let's see if it's... Nope, that one's not going to go. Alright, so that one's too tight. And that's the same pieces I was using. Those first two were Sierras, so something was different with that one. I don't know what. That one's good. I don't know what that one would have been. Unless the neck's too thick, or I don't know. I'm not really too concerned. If I have to pull a bullet and resize it, then that's what I'll do. It's ejecting nice. I mean, that works. It looks good. All except for that one piece, which I'm not going to try to force it. It could just be, looks like I might have pushed this out when I've seated it. I might have pushed this top of this shoulder out just a little bit too much, but I don't like that. Let's see what's going on here. Not real sure. Plus the neck's too thick. This is a federal piece. See if I can get it to go. Yeah, it went that time. Went that time pretty easily, actually, so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully it's all right. Shot just fine. I don't know. I mean, it looks good. Compared to the factory brass, I mean, I'll be completely honest, there ain't much difference. And I'm not really like squeezing the trigger, so it's not like the best group. That one went in fine too. That was the one I was having trouble with. I don't know. Maybe I had a little carbon or something in there, a piece of brass or something, I don't know. Shot good. I mean, all in all, I don't know if you can see it. That's a Fireform 7mm mag brass and 257 Weatherby. See if you can see it, but I'll be Fireforming some more. Like I said, this is a real light charge, a 4831. It probably was only going about 3,000 feet a second with a 85 grain bullet. Should be going about 31. I don't know what would have caused that to. Maybe with the chamber heating up, it let them go in. I mean, I'm sure the case necks are thicker, but all in all, I mean, it looks good. I'm very pleased. I'm not going to say I'm going to use this for everything. I mean, if it'll shoot good groups, I'll use it. But you know, I can use this for load workup and stuff like that. I'm pretty happy with it. I was going to go down and show you guys the group. I'll tell you, it's about a 2.5 inch group. Just a little bit left of this bullseye. It's stringing straight up and down. It looks like this. It's straight up and down. Like I said, I wasn't really trying to be perfect, but this was more or less to show you that you can Fireform these 7mm mag brass to these 257s. It worked pretty good. I mean, like, I'm going to say it's probably, I don't know, 500s off, like maybe something like that, or 5,000s off of being the right size. I mean, the length of the neck on the 257 is probably a little bit bigger than what this is right now, but it'll be fine for what I'm using it for. This is a hunting rifle and that's it. So if I can use that brass to shoot up, you know, even an inch and a half group at 100 yards, that's plenty, because I usually don't shoot more than 200 yards. So hopefully that'll help some people out, you know, trying to find a brass supply if you got some 7mm mag brass. And I also, these are 338 Win mag brass that I did the same thing. That's 7mm mag. This is a 338 Win mag. I used a 300 Winchester mag sizing ball to blow the neck out a little bit, and then I used the 338 full-length sizing from RCBS, and it was pretty close right off the bat. It needed a little bit of adjustment to the shoulder. The only thing I can tell you is on these is at the very bottom right here, because this is like the base of the cartridge neck with the 7mm. It's a little bit thicker. So up here, your case neck's going to be a little bit thinner, but down here it's definitely a lot thicker and has more case tension. So if you're using a longer bullet, this will work out perfect. Now these ones are already Fireformed, but I loaded these ones with 73.5 grains of 4831 shortcut, and I'm going to shoot a group here after this video is over, just to try to see how the groupings are. But I mean, all in all, with that 257 Weatherby brass, that's perfect. That's what I needed. I have about 30 pieces of factory, but if I can get up another 30-40 pieces, I got a bag of 7mm bag brass about this big around, I'll be good. Hopefully that helps you out. If you have any questions or comment, go ahead and leave it, and we'll try to start posting some more content here soon. So thanks again, guys.